Oblivion Remastered is officially 1 week old as of today. Despite no official modding support from Bethesda, modders have not disappointed. Today, we're going to be looking over a few of my favorite mods that have come out in the game's first week. Starting things off today, we have Alternate Sprint by Mike and Ike. While I'm glad that they did add a sprint function to Oblivion Remastered, I do think that the default sprint animation is just a little bit much. I really love what Mike and Ike has done here with the sprinting animation. Immediately, you're going to notice that your character's posture will be much straighter when sprinting now instead of being so hunched over. And even better, there are options on this mod. Currently, there are 2 different options for the sprint animation. You can download one where your character's fists are closed when sprinting, and then another where your fists are open. Currently, there's just one small bug known right now with the mod, and sometimes you may not hear your footstep noises. However, I have not run into this issue. Big thank you to Mike and Ike for this mod. It is definitely staying in my game. Next up, we have Better HUD by Kates. While the vanilla HUD layout gets the job done, the simple adjustment that Kates has made here are more my style. All 3 of your main gauges will now be stacked on top of each other and tucked into the bottom left corner of the screen, with your active status effects displaying above them. This mod has multiple different options for different monitor sizes, as well as changes to the compass, and even slim variations. I've chosen to rock the default 16:9 option provided, and it really is little changes like this mod that make playing the game that much more enjoyable. Big shout out to Kates for making this mod. I highly recommend it to anybody looking to change up their HUD. Coming up next, we have Colored World Map by Slowbird. This was a mod I was really happy to see so early on in the game's lifespan. There was a mod very similar to this in the original Oblivion release, and for me, it was a mod I had to have installed on every playthrough. Not only is the map now beautifully colored in, it is also upscaled to 4K, because as Slowbird said it themselves, staring at pixels in a remastered game was a bit too much. Big shout out to Slowbird for this mod. Again, little details go a long way. Now, before we get into this next mod, no judgment, but raise your hand if Prior Maybroll's horse that you get at the beginning of the game always seems to die on you, whether it's because you jump off a cliff or you drive him right into a pile of enemies. Again, no judgment here. Let's be honest, it happens about every save. With Essential Play Horses by Wolflady 500, this is an issue of the past. This mod also increases the speed of all horses in the game by 5 points, and it gives all player-owned horses the 2 following abilities to help prevent any further issues. Thank you, Wolflady 500. I no longer feel like a terrible human being for going through about a dozen horses every playthrough. For the next mod on our list, you're going to want to head over to the Imperial City Marketplace. With the mod Basic Portable Tent by Jasmine McCoy, you can now purchase a portable tent from Jensen's Good as New merchandise. If we enter into her store, we'll notice that by talking with her, we can see that she has 2 new modded items for sale. By purchasing the tent materials in her store, you'll now have your very own portable player home. Once you found a nice flat spot to camp out on, go to your inventory and click drop on the tent materials. As you can see here, it might take a second to place down, but once it's down, you're all set. The basic tent just includes a bedroll and a small sack for personal storage. What I love about this mod is that there's an upgrade for the tent that you can purchase. If you hadn't already, you can go back to Jensen and purchase the tent upgrade from her. Once purchased, every time you place your tent, you'll have the upgraded version. Placing the tent is exactly the same as before. You don't need to interact with the tent upgrade in your inventory at all, just make sure you keep it in there. The tent upgrade removes the bedroll in favor of a twin-sized bed and adds a cupboard, a small dresser, a shelf, a desk, a chest, a small bag, as well as an altar for spellmaking and enchanting. To take down any of your tents and put them back into your inventory, all you need to do is crouch and then click interact on the door. A big shout out to Jasmine McCoy for this mod. I really love using it. It's such a cool way to add a portable player home to your game. The next mod on our list, Simple Start Skip Alternative Start by Sean MS 1991, does exactly what it says in the title. Now when making a new character, you no longer have to complete the tutorial section in the Imperial City prison. After creating your character, you'll notice a tombstone in the back of your prison cell. Interacting with the tombstone will give you access to all of the other menus you need to finish creating your character. Once you're done, you'll be brought to the outside of the prison sewers, like you had just completed the whole tutorial. If you go to the dock directly outside of the prison sewers, you'll find a chest that has most of the items you would have gathered during the tutorial. A big thank you to Sean MS 1991. This mod is a huge time saver. The last mod on our list today is Ultimate Engine Tweaks by P40L0X. I dedicated my first episode of this mod series to this specific mod because of how helpful it is. So if you want to learn more about it, go check out that video, which I'll leave in the end card. But to summarize, this is an extremely useful performance mod that is helping people with stability, stuttering, ghosting, FPS problems, and so much more. I recommend this mod to literally anyone who wants to play Oblivion Remastered. Even if you want to have a completely vanilla playthrough, all this is going to do is help your game run smoother. And with that, we come to a close on 1 week of Oblivion Remastered modding. I do want to take one last moment in this video to thank all of the modders who are working really hard on trying to make Oblivion Remastered more fun and more accessible for everyone. If you guys are enjoying my Oblivion Remastered modding videos, I would appreciate it if you subscribed. This is the 4th video in a row that we've got, and while I'm not setting any sort of schedule expectations for myself, I do have a video planned for tomorrow, so we should be good for 5 days in a row of Oblivion Remastered modding content. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you soon.